So, Heather, it's our last segment together of 2018. Among other stories that have been in the news, the idea of deplatforming has gained a tremendous amount of prominence. I mean, Alex Jones had his Twitter feed taken away, his Twitter handle. He broke the terms of service. YouTube, same thing. And he disappeared off of basically everybody's radar. Similar things happened to Gavin McInnes a little bit and some other right-wingers on YouTube and on Twitter. And at the end of the year, one of the people who was being subject to another advertiser boycott. And frankly, I'm sort of amazed that it garnered so much attention. Because we've seen this many times before, right? It happened to Glenn Beck, happened to Rush Limbaugh, happened to others. Certainly, when we were at Air America back in the day, we were on a blacklist by corporations. They would not advertise on our networks. It barely made a ripple of news. But there are people out there who are organizing advertisers to stop advertising on Tucker Carlson's Fox News show because people are offended and frankly worried and concerned about Tucker Carlson saying things like, I will not be replaced by immigrants, and implying that somehow the sovereignty of our country was threatened by the idea of presumably brown immigrants, right? I mean, I didn't hear him criticize Paul Ryan for looking for more Irish immigration visas to be available. But nevertheless, even if he did, I think we know what he's talking about. He talks about how dirty the immigrants are who cross the border. We know that more than half of the undocumented immigrants in this country just simply overstayed their visa, didn't cross over the border. So, but people seem to be sort of up in arms that this is somehow censoring Tucker Carlson because advertisers are pulling out of his show. Nothing inhibits Fox News from playing Tucker Carlson. It's just really inhibiting their profits, isn't it? I mean, like, they can afford to subsidize Tucker Carlson's show if they want to. They just don't want to, presumably, or maybe they do. I don't know. I mean, what's the big deal here? Am I missing something?
No, I don't understand why. Look, if Rupert Murdoch, if he wants to keep Tucker Carlson on the air making disgusting comments about immigrants, which Rupert Murdoch is, by the way, he was not born an American citizen. He took American citizenship so he could have ownership of a bunch of media companies. But, if he wants to keep Tucker Carlson on there making, disgusting sort of comments like that, go ahead. And my feeling is, look, to the best of my recollection, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but the first notion of this boycott did not come from people. It came from a company. And God, I cannot remember which one it was. I know the second one was Bowflex. I don't think this boycott was initiated by the public. I think it was initiated by one of his advertisers who heard what he said, or maybe some people called them up and said it. I don't know that, but my feeling was that because, as you point out, this is common. Tucker Carlson has become a truly despicable kind of alt-right personality now on Fox. I mean, he takes it to a level that really nobody else does. I mean, Sean Hannity to a certain extent, but he's way more political. I mean, Tucker Carlson's deep into this culture war stuff, and in a really despicable way, particularly focused on immigration. And that's his new niche, I mean, the guy is nothing if not an opportunist. And this is, of course, these advertisers have no obligation to offend their customers, of which there are millions out in this country who don't want to see someone like Tucker Carlson supported. Now, Tucker Carlson can say whatever he wants, wherever he wants to, if the person who owns the platform is willing to let him say it. That's just the way our system is. And by the way, any job I ever had, I could get fired for saying things that just by my boss, just coming in and going, "You're fired. I don't like that, bumper sticker you've got on your car. You're voting for Barack Obama. You're out." And it happens to people. It does happen to people.
Been there.
That's just the way it is. Yeah, you've
been there.
You know about it.
And I got to say that and I think it was a year ago that I was fired for a tweet that I had done 9 years earlier, and my beef with being fired was not that MSNBC didn't have, the right, or even audiences didn't have the right to ask for me to be fired if I had tweeted something that was suggesting I was pro rape. I was protesting it because the tweet clearly was not pro-rape, and everybody knew it, and that's why they rehired me. I mean, I wasn't out there saying that.
It was a misunderstanding. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I wasn't out there saying that. Oh, I should have carte blanche to be able to say whatever I want on your, multi-million-dollar platform, or any platform for that matter, other than a soapbox down on the street corner. And
exactly. None of us who defended you were defending you on that basis either. We were defending you because it was stupid. Because the firing was idiotic.
Yes,
not because they didn't
people
have a right to fire you.
Exactly. And so this is really surprising, and I think very problematic, because I see voices on the nominal left as if there's some type of principle here. And this is not an instance of censorship. Censorship has a lot more to do with, or free speech. Free speech is tied into government censoring people.
That's right.
This is not the government. This is a corporation deciding they want to make millions of dollars and can't with this guy now because he's too toxic. That's 2018 in a nutshell. Toxicity and people making millions of dollars in ways that they probably shouldn't be. But Heather, quickly, I only have 10 seconds left here, but I just want to thank you so much for being with us all this year. I admire you so much. I think you are one of the best out there in analyzing this stuff and being measured about it. And I am looking forward to you helping us decipher the insanity that is surely headed our way in 2019.
Oh, thank you so much, Sam, and right back at you. It's a privilege to be on here with you, and I look forward to doing much more of it next year. God, fasten your seatbelts, everybody.
Exactly. Happy New Year, everybody, and Happy New Year to you, Heather. We will be back live in 2019.